Okay, so there's a few people that are interested in the bird that have asked me to do a little video. So here she is. You'll have to excuse all of the pine needles on the deck. It does sit under a tree, so it just wants a bit of a jet off really, and we had a bit of a storm last night, so it's come through. So what I'm going to do is going to get on the back of the bird and sort of walk your way through it. It's before I get on, just the covers. The covers, as you can see there, are the full set, but there's also like a cockpit cover, so you can take all that off, and the cover covers the front windscreen and then just slides right down the back. That's all part of the deal as well, and those covers come off in bits. So what we typically do is take all the side and the back off and leave the top piece on as a bit of a sunshade. So there's a bathing platform on the back with a set of steps that fold down, and then the covers open up at the back to get on, or in fact you can get on the side, and there's a little step on the inside as well. So inside the boat, the stern of the boat, you've got a seating area. This whole seat at the back all folds up inside, which is really good. And this seat here, actually, if you take the table out, it folds flat like a sunbathing platform. It's a really good area. You've got this area up here, and then you've got the helm station. And down in the bottom there, you've got a cool box. You've got a sink, so just take that off. Oh, these needles are getting everywhere. And you've got a toolbox cupboard in here. Let me just open that up so you can see. Sort of tools and whatever else, quite a handy little cupboard. So she comes with 2 batteries, and you've got the control panel in here with extra fuses, so you can either set it on both batteries in the loop, or 1 battery or 2 batteries, whichever you need. Shoreline power obviously as well, which I'll show you in a minute. So let me just give you an overview of the helm station. So you've got depth sounder, you've got temperature, you've got oil pressure, you've got your speeder, you've got your rev counter, and someone asked me about the number of hours. I think you can probably see there it's 238 hours, so not a lot. Fuel gauge, voltage, and your trim position. On here you've actually got the controls for the radio, you've got trim tabs on the back, you've got an automatic fire system in the engine bay, and then you've got your different switches here for anchor lights, interior lights, etc. Down on the bottom, what we've got is we've got VHF radio. We've got here a light, a floodlight at the front, which is remote control, so if you're coming in to dock and it's dark, it's quite useful. Here we've got the GPS system, which is all touch screen, and basically it's pretty neat. So I've got the engine ticking over now, 1,000 revs. I'll just rev it up a little bit, it's just started. So you can see oil pressure's all good, temperature's still cold, so I've just started it. So before we go inside into the cabin, you can see there the steps which are moulded into the doors, which take you up, and that front section set of the windscreen basically folds back, so you can just get on the front of the boat. It's really easy. So it's a fairly standard configuration for a boat of this size, although it is deceptive in terms of the amount of space that you've got. The outside space is brilliant. It's probably one of the best ones on the marketplace, but let's just have a quick look on the inside as well, which is also good. So as you come down the stairs, what you have is the galley, which has a sink, powered water supply, so there's water storage, water heater on board, both electric and off the engine. You have, have a quick look at this, got a little electric heater, but you can also flip that over to run off the paraffin burner, which sits underneath, so if you're not connected to the shore power, you still can make a cup of tea, which is good. Storage in here. So storage in there, which is, as you can see, what we've got in there, bits and pieces. Good storage all the way across the top, which is great, and also all the way around the outside of the seats, as well as, now we're doing storage, a little cupboard in here, which I think's got a little hanger in that you can basically hang bits and pieces. All the interior lights which are around are all working, no problem. We've also got a microwave on board, and you can just see below me a fully working fridge which works on both 12 volts or shore power. Another cupboard under the sink in here which is really useful, and then two other cupboard doors here, one below the radio, which is a radio CD player which can be controlled from here or up on the helm station. That's your electrics. So as you can see at the minute, I'm on shore power, so I've got the shoreline plugged in, and I've got the battery charger plugged in, so it's basically keeping the batteries conditioned all the time. And then in the bottom you've basically got another cupboard. I've got some spare keys and stuff in there. It's fitted with, as it needs to be, with basically carbon monoxide sensors. There's also fire extinguisher there, and there's another fire extinguisher goes in there which is actually in my garage at the minute, but I shall put that on. Okay, now the toilet, which is just off here, basically switch the light on, consists of a normal toilet, sink, pressurized, you can see there the head system, the sump pumps and the water pumps, and you have another little cupboard down here which is used for storing bits and pieces. Okay, and there is a cupboard in there which is unusually empty. In terms of a bed, that centre table obviously goes down, and the whole of that front turns into a double bed. But even better, really, you can leave that as it is. And down in here there is just a couple of other things in the main cabin. You've got 13 amp sockets there. I think that's like a cigarette thing, but it's the 13 amps that you'll use in there, obviously when you're on shore power, which is great. And basically the other good thing about this is this rear cabin, so that rather than having to make up all the front, which is really a living area, the rear cabins, albeit low, is really big. So you've got a curtain across the back that you can draw, but when you come in, there's lights in here. Because there's only two of us, we just, on the river, we just basically put our life jackets and stuff. But you can see in there the size of it, runs all the way down, easily sleeps two people. These are the cushions for the bed in the bow of the boat. And well, the other good thing about this is it's actually got a window, and there's a fly screen there which I've got taken out at the moment that'll allow you to basically, you know, get a bit of ventilation in here. Also a little curtain, which is cool. I've also just switched on the 13 amp and the microwave, so you can see that all that's working, and again all that's controlled from within the main electric panel there. So we'll have a look on the engine bay. So I have put that seat away, and basically the carpet just unclips and lifts up. So let me pause this and I'll get out and you can have a look. So there she is, Volvo 5 litre GXI, really clean. I keep the bilges immaculate, to be honest. I clean them out and dry them and stuff all the time. I even put a drip tray in the bottom to catch any oil, if there's any oil in there. That drip tray's been in since March, there's not a drop on it. You've got a water heater unit over here which heats off the engine. You've got the twin batteries down there which are all nicely clipped in. Battery charger and fire extinguishers are on this rear bulkhead. There's the fire extinguisher, there's the battery charger, and then you've got water tanks and holding tanks and stuff over there. So that gives you a good. So if I can hold the camera and turn around and start the engine at the same time, I'll try. There you go. So I say the engine's clean as a whistle, runs well, starts up well. It's got 238 hours, which is nothing really. It was all serviced in March. It's had new petrol filters, oil filters, all the oil's been changed, the impeller pump, all the normal stuff. And I'll also go around and just clean it and clip out, make sure everything's all clipped in, and I give the whole boat a full once over. Anyway, I hope that helps. Thanks, bye.